Hey everybody, welcome to the Vinyl Channel. I'm the Vinyl Guy Boss. So yesterday, my wife and I were putting around town, not doing very much. Went and had lunch and picked up some things, and then we went to a antique store and a used bookstore that we had been to before. So the bookstore was pretty cool. Had a lot of fiction books, a lot of old books, and we looked around in there and went next door and looked at the antique store, which is basically an antique furniture store. It had a lot of really old furniture in there. I'm talking about stuff from Victorian, huge pieces of furniture would never even fit in our house. We were looking around that store, and I got to talking to the one guy that was in there. He said that we got to talking, and it came up that I am into vinyl. I collect vinyl. He said that he got in a cabinet a few weeks earlier that had a box of records actually inside the cabinet, and he didn't know what to do with this box of records, and would be even interested in looking through them. Of course, I went ahead and looked through the records. It wasn't too bad. Some stuff that you would see in dollar bins, even at the like at the Salvation Army, for a quarter here, a quarter there. But it had some other stuff in there that was good. And so he saw me going through it. I wasn't all that, great about it. But he said, listen, if you give me $10, I will give you the entire box, because I just wanted it out of the store. So I looked at it again. I figured $10, it was definitely worth that. So what I want to do is go ahead and just show you some of the records here. There is roughly about 40 or so records, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on any certain one because I want to get through them, and I don't want the video to be too long. But let's go ahead and get started on some of the stuff. So this here was pretty cool. This here was the best Mississippi John Hurt, which is a blues album. Pretty cool. It is a gatefold. I had a sleeve in there. There's the sleeve over here. It was a gatefold, so kind of cool. And a cool blues album. So that was in there. This here is something interesting. This here is Transatlantic Music Production and presents Walter Carlos and Sonic Seasons. This is like an electronic music, probably from the 1970s, early 70s, probably from what it looks like. So not really my kind of stuff, but I'd be interested in hearing it at least. We have a Rod Stewart, 1970s Rod Stewart. Actually, I already have a copy of that one. So we have the best of Rod Stewart. Have a copy of this already, but I have another copy there. So cool stuff. We have a soundtrack here of Annie. So I'm not a big fan of the movie Annie, but you know what? I will go ahead and play the soundtrack and see what I think. From that, we have Reach the Beach by The Fix. You know what? I don't think I have this in my collection. I had a bunch of 45s by The Fix. I don't think I have this actual album. That's kind of cool. We have the Canned Heat cookbook, the best of Canned Heat. So I don't have that one either. So that's interesting. We have this one here, which is a 10-inch children's record by Burl Ives, which is pretty interesting. It is actually a 10-inch vinyl 7/8 RPM. That's interesting. That's vinyl and a 7/8 RPM. But kind of cool. We have Loverboy. I already have this album. I think I actually have 2 copies of it, but now I have a 3rd copy. So keep it up. So there you go. We have Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. I don't have any Bob Dylan albums in my collection. I do have some 45s, but no albums. So we have that. Let's move on here. This record isn't in the sleeve, so I'm not sure. It might be in the box, but this is Electric Mud. So I'm going to try to find this record in the box. Has this gatefold, so I'm going to keep that on the side for now. We have the immortal Harry Lauder. I don't even know what this is. Orchestra. So it sounds like probably a big band stuff. Not really my kind of stuff. Big band. Christmas in America. Bing Crosby, Glenn Campbell, Peggy Lee, stuff like that. So I do like Christmas music. So not too bad. We have the great blues sound of John Lee Hooker. So this is a album of covers from John Lee Hooker. So which is some blues stuff. So that could be very interesting. We have Commodore Cody and the Lost Planet Airmen. So I have 1 or 2 of his 45. I don't have any albums by him. So that's kind of interesting. So that's going to be cool to play and see what that's all about. Now, have several of these compilations. Now, this is Impact. So I have some Impact in my collection right now. I think I have 2 albums by them. They pretty much is like K-Tel or Ronco. They put out compilations. And so this one here, actually this is 1980. So, but that's basically what it is. It's just compilations. So this is the Peppermint Twist, Ray Peterson and Starlights, the Chiffons. So a bunch of 1960s music. So that's interesting. I do like compilation albums. That's very cool. Here's another one here, Impact as well. This is volume 5. The other one was volume 4. So I guess it's part of a set. So more of this 1960s compilations. Another Impact here, volume 3. More of these 1960s compilations. Kind of cool. So we have this Disco Party I seen on TV. Adam 8 Presents? I have never heard of that before, but cool stuff. 1975 is the date on it, so a bunch of disco stuff. I'm into disco, so that can be cool. Another one of these Impacts, volume 2. Some more Runaway Del Shannon, I Fought the Law, Bobby Fuller. So more stuff like that. We have Chuck Berry, the London Chuck Berry Sessions. I actually have this album, but I don't know. Mine might be a this one. Is this a more original? So this is on the chest label, but it may not be original. I don't know how it compares to my copy, but I'm gonna go ahead and find that out. This here is them old country songs. Not really my stuff. More stuff that my father would listen to. But it's a cool compilation anyways. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this album. But it's mine now. So we have Bob Dylan and the Freewheelin'. So another Bob Dylan album. Like I said, I don't have any albums by him. So it's on the Columbia label. It's in halfway decent shape. We have Lightning Hopkins and the California Mudslide. So this here is probably some more blues stuff. Okay, so I'm definitely into blues. So I'm looking forward to hearing that. Pat Boone, White Christmas. Not a fan of Pat Boone. So, but this is Christmas song, so who knows? I may go ahead and take it out and give it a listen and just see how bad it is. But it's on the Pickwick label, so interesting. Another Bob Dylan. So there we go. Blood on the Tracks. We have Switched on Bach 2. Already have Switched on Bach, but this is the second album. I don't have this one. So that's pretty interesting. You have Spaced Out Bach, which is probably like Miko, taking some Bach music and putting electronic music to it, synthesizers and stuff like that. Earth, Wind & Fire, I do like Earth, Wind & Fire, so this is interesting. This is the Faces, and so this is a, there you go, it's a gatefold, so kind of cool. We have a couple of 80s staples in here. We have Men at Work, Business as Usual. I already have a few copies of that, so not sure where that's going to end up at. We have Christmas for Children, The Little Drummer Boy. Is this Pickwick? Yeah, it's Pickwick type stuff. So I know somebody that actually collects this kind of stuff. He's a friend in my group on Facebook. I'll contact him, see if he wants this, if he has it. We have some Blues Brothers. Already have this album already. And it was tore up here, so but the record might be in good shape, so we'll see. We have some Moody Blues. This is the Moody Blues. Looks like maybe a compilation album of some greatest hits possibly. So we have that. We have Tommy by The Who. I already have a couple copies of Tommy, so I'll have to take a look at that, see if that's any better than what I have. Catch Bull at 4, Cat Stevens. So I'm not a huge fan of Cat Stevens. He's okay. I got some of his 45s, so we'll see where that ends up. So we have a loose. Here's the Muddy Waters. So here is the Muddy Waters Electric Mud. So we're going to. I know I have that. It's down here at the bottom of this pile here. Electric Mud. So here's this album here. So I'm going to put that in there for now, and so. I didn't realize it's Muddy Waters. Yeah, Muddy Waters, side 1. So, again, that's that. We have another loose album in here. Not sure what this one is. So just put it on the side. We have some Paul McCartney, Band on the Run. So I don't think I have a copy of this album, so that's kind of cool. Looks like it has some extra stuff in here too. It has a poster, and it has the album, and it has the sleeve. So kind of cool. So we have that album, and this is getting top heavy here, so it rolled over on me. So this is one that I saw when I was digging through at his place. I thought for $10 to pick it up. So this is Ringo Star, which is I think is just I think this is just a self-titled album. So this is a double LP, and it has a nice book in it. So I have this already. I picked one of these up on like a dollar bin, okay? But the cover was actually trashed. I mean, it was big time trash, but the vinyl looked in pretty decent shape. Actually, it wasn't. The vinyl was really in bad shape. So I ended up not really keeping that copy, but this is another copy of it here. The vinyl looks like it's in fairly decent shape, so I want to hope maybe I got a better copy here. So we'll see. So I already have a later reissue of this. I think this is from 1973, but I think I have like a 1979 reissue that is not even on a gatefold. This is a gatefold. So, but the one I got from 1979 reissue was not a gatefold, and that one was on a green Capitol label. Anyways, they have Toto 4, another 80s, standard 80s fare. Let's see here. This is stuck in here. Let's see. Whoa, what's going on there? Okay, is that a staple? Something got stuck somewhere, but the record actually looks in pretty good shape. Had to say, when I did look through a couple of these records before I bought it, and even though the records are dirty, there's definitely a lot of dirt on these records. They seem to be in fairly good shape, as best as I can tell. So the records weren't trashed, even though some of the covers were a little bit trashed. Here's a Pat Benatar, Live from Earth. I already have that one. So again, the vinyl looked halfway decent. So maybe have a good copy of that. We will see. Put that back in there. We have another Cat Stevens here. Foreigner. Yeah, I picked up 2 albums here. Cat Stevens, Foreigner. So is that? I guess it's not a double. I guess it's not a thing. But anyways, Foreigner Suite, right? So I'll take a look at that. We have Iron Butterfly on the Atco label. I do like Iron Butterfly. I do have one other album, but I don't have this one. This is from 1969, according to what it says here on the inside of the cover. So there's the inside of the cover there. So that's cool. Got another Iron Butterfly. So also on the Atco, I'm going to assume this is also an original. No inner sleeve though. So on this yellow Atco label. So I'm going to have to put that in a sleeve. I hate, it's one thing I hate about records when I'm like in a record store and I'm going, even through a dollar bin, if there's not any sleeves on a record, if it's just sitting in there with no sleeve, I will rarely pick up that record because it means it's really probably in bad shape, even for $1, you know. But this is a record that I'm sorry, this is Santana's Greatest Hits, right? Isn't that what this is? I believe this is Santana's Greatest Hits. Let me read the record. Yeah, Santana's Greatest Hits. I have a reissue of this, but I don't have an original pressing. So this one is an original pressing of it, and it actually looks in halfway decent shape. So that's nice. Another Cat Stevens. The cover is all trashed, so not sure about the record, if it's going to be playable or not. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. So, but got that one there, and we have another Neil Young, Harvest. So, and we have Switched on Bach. Again, I already have this already. So, you know, you can find Switched on Bach. I think the label's different. Masterworks, it's on this gray label. I think mine's on a red label, I think. So that's interesting. But Switched on Bach is one of these records. No matter what record store you go in the USA, and if they have a dollar bin, you're almost guaranteed there's going to be a copy of Switched on Bach in that dollar bin. So very common to find in those dollar bins. Here's another one of these blues ones that I found that was really intriguing. This is Blind Willie McTell, and Atlanta 12 string blues originals. This is on the Atlantic label. Looks actually in really good shape, as best I can tell. Of course, you know, it can be deceiving, but it's got that. So this is also something that's pretty interesting. Another reason why I decided to go ahead and pick this up for $10. It had this Bruce Springsteen live box set, and it has all 5 albums inside of here, including all 5 original sleeves. I took a look at the vinyl as best I could. They were actually, even though they were dirty, they looked in pretty good shape. So I already have one of these. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this. I am going to go ahead and wash every single album and play this whole thing, so I know the exact condition it is. I'm not sure if this is something that I can sell. Maybe make a little profit off this box or not, but we're going to see. But we have that. We have Brownsville Station, which is I think this is from 1974. So pretty good album there. Another Cat Stevens, Buddha and the Chocolate Box. So we got that, and we have this here is probably, of all these albums here, I think this is probably one of the coolest records. I'm gonna get rid of the box because the box is empty now. We're done. So it's done now, but I want to talk about this one here. This is pretty cool. So first of all, this is Pink Floyd. This is early Pink Floyd. I'm not all that familiar with Pink Floyd's discography as far as every album every year. But I do know that this is early Pink Floyd, maybe from the I think they started, what, 1968, something like that. So on the front here it says, special buy contains 2 complete LPs. So does that mean it's 2 albums, or is this just 1 album? Anyways, the records are on the Harvest label, and they actually look in pretty good shape. So it has both albums in here. So it looks like this is just 1 album, right? Umunga. I thought it might have been, since it said contains 2 complete LPs, I thought it was 2 albums. I guess it's 1 album, but I guess this is a live album from early Pink Floyd. But I don't have any of this early stuff by Pink Floyd, so I think it's pretty cool to have this. It has a there you go. There is the inside of that. So I think this video is going on long enough. Again, I don't want this to be too long, but I just want to show you all the stuff that I got for $10 in this box. You know, I wasn't even out looking at records that day. We were just out looking at furniture. And a furniture store, next thing you know, I'm bringing home this box full of records. So that's one great thing about this hobby. You never know when you're going to run into something really cool. So always keep your eyes open. But that's pretty much it for this video. I want to thank everybody for joining me today, and I'll see you all next time.